Hi everyone, I'm just going to do a little mini review here for Flux 1.1 Pro and Flux Ultra. So I logged in around 600 images on Flux 1.1 Pro, and I've been using Flux Ultra for quite a few months exclusively, and my experience is that sometime for cost saving, right? Because on Replicate, the best service around for Flux, $40 for 4,000 Flux 1.1 Pro images versus $60 for 1,000 for Flux Ultra, and I was just waiting to see if it's worth the trade-off to go up or lower, and which situation is best. And sometimes I don't mind Flux 1.1 Pro. It's going lower. Even if I gigapixel upscale it, it remains a little fuzzy compared to Flux Ultra. So it really depends what your requirement is for the image. For me, I mostly use it for video AI purposes, and I don't mind it sometimes to be a little blurry because the characters are moving anyway. But if I want to hold the character for a bit longer, then I want the fidelity. So I'm gonna pan over to the next scene here. And then with Flux Ultra, it gives you more hardware capital. The digital model is more detailed. The rendering itself, it's not just a texture like Midjourney. So you're getting more. And say if I want to prompt in the word Space Force on a shoulder logo, I wouldn't do it on a Flux Pro because you can't really see it. It's all blurred out. You can only do it on Flux Ultra. So that's a technical issue that you have to look into. And if I'm planning to zoom in on a character, right? Say on one way or something, when I'm just holding it for like 10 seconds, then Flux Ultra will probably be worth it for me. But if they're just walking along in the scene and they're staying at distance, then I'll go for Flux 1.1 Pro. And I think if you plan ahead on the scenes that you're gonna use and what you're gonna use it for, and with Flux, the prompt is so precise that unlike Midjourney, you don't get random whatever it is that Midjourney gives you most of the time. Because it is so precise that you can think ahead. Like a professional photographer, you can you know your intent, and then you just prompt it in what you're gonna do. Most of the time, I tend to on scenes that involve like mountainside nature, where there's sophisticated rock formation, and then I would just use Ultra, because hands down, Flux 1.1 Pro it has a limit to the amount of fidelity or hardware fidelity of its rendering, and then if I'm gonna go wide angle the entire cityscape or entire mountain range, and I want the maximum quality, Flux Ultra can reach a level of quality that Midjourney can surpass. Even if you go Midjourney quality 2, right, and try to give it more detail, sometimes it tends to destroy the image instead of helps it. It gives it detail, but it doesn't gives it the detail in the right place. It kind of over densify texture without being too much of a different. Where with Flux Ultra, it does a lot more smarter things with the image, with the extra hardware capability. So that's my rule of thumb. Where if you're a big environment, then go Flux Ultra. Especially if you're gonna do if you're gonna go scenic pan into a scene, and you're gonna zoom in close with like one way, where one way this works better with Flux, with the photorealism in there. And then let me see. Oh yeah, on scenes like I'm also on this image. I'm testing out the number of characters in the scenes, and you can downgrade the amount of hardware capital so much that I'll show a case example of a big army scene. Okay, here it is. Here's a spread out case example of an entire army, and you see how this is a Flux Ultra image. How they're all just tiny little stick figures. There's no detail to them whatsoever. It's a little silly looking, but that's a case example of how the hardware is spread out. It's this digital capacity, and you don't want to spread too thin. That's my point. I quite like this character here, where he's close enough to the camera where you can see all his details. And that's one of the unique things about Flux, where if you gives it the single character focus, it really gives you more. Where in Midjourney, it's sort of kind of, they all kind of look about the same. Like I don't see a lot more detail as compared to Flux here. And then for Flux, it's also better at I'm using these scenes on interior light from Flux known quality factor, where it is more photorealistic, where Midjourney is less vibrant in terms of the lighting textures, where it hasn't been able to reach, at least in version 6 when I was using it, on the photorealistic texture light reflection on skin or mechanical object. It's not as good as Flux. I'm just working the scenes there, working the interior light just to make it shine a little more. And it is more expensive. Flux 1.1 even 1.1 Pro is much more expensive if you are doing bulk size image. But if you know exactly what you're doing, it gets to the point a lot faster. Because Midjourney, well, you can't really use basic plan on Midjourney for like $10 or something, because it never give you enough or precision. No matter what you do, you can try the image prompted and try to get the precise image preset, but I like to start from the ground up, create from like almost nothing, and try to round out a new idea, and try to blend some new things in. And then for that, you will need the $30 unlimited plan on Midjourney. And if you know precisely what you want, like a lot of users say, Flux 1.1, because it is a pay as you go, both. It could probably cost you around like $10 or something. And then for me personally, when I'm doing this kit, I'm running nearly a thousand images now, and yeah, I'm having a good time at it. But like in terms of cost, but I'm sticking with it. If you're gonna go bulk size, it's gonna run you over by a lot compared to Midjourney. On Midjourney, although the business model, if you do it on a tame side, you have to random ring it out to see whether it gives you the image or not. But I'm doing very big bulk size images, and for me, I think unlimited Midjourney is the cost is way lower by like a whole lot. If I was on Flux and I'm doing the Midjourney size, I would be running over to like $3,000 by now. That's the difference. And then I'll show some images where there's text on there here. Well, every image is on Flux Ultra has some Space Force text here. I'll show a character or AI character with the word peace. Flux has a limit to how much it can how much text it can take in. It's not ideogram 3.0 where ideogram 3.0 can just do long form text, entire poster page of it. But this is still like a 7-month-old, 8-month-old model. But and then okay, on the AI girl scene right here, it is not strong. She isn't strong enough. The environment itself, it looks okay, but then when you have a 2D art, 2D digital art, Flux is quite weak compared to Midjourney. No. Here I'll show some holographic images for the Flux globe. Yeah, again, it does the text word for word exactly, where Midjourney can never do this. Midjourney, even if I type in more than 3 letters, it tends to misspell one of them. And then, but Flux can, so I'm just flexing what Flux can do here. But I'm very surprised at how weak it is in terms of holographic images. If I try to prompt in this into Midjourney and see what result I got, and I'll show that picture as well. The Midjourney holographic images here. Here's a comparison. It's way stronger, so that's something to keep in mind. And every single time I try the 2D digital art mixing with a live action scene, I've kind of regretted it. It's kind of unusable. So there's this one thing going against it. But then Flux Pro is also very strong at other things too. But this is one of them that you should avoid. And let me see. And it's very good at illustrating life. Flux 1.1. I'll show the scene where the girl is typing on a computer. It's working. It's kind of meant for the people website or work related. We do industrial trade illustrations and stuff. And for me, for this skit here, for Space Force, I just want a more professional illustration of military trade career paths in outer space, and I found it quite fitting. But does it is it too photorealistic? That's the question, and I don't think so. I think sometimes if you want to prompt in the cinematic lenses or moon modifier, you can, and you can go to depth with it. But for this skit here, I'm just looking for a little more plain objective daily life. Choose not to put too many movie layer into it. It kind of looks alright too. And then I'll show the scene of the ship. Yeah, for mechanical object, it's also smarter than Midjourney, because Midjourney cannot do ships. Midjourney, they try to I don't know what is it about Midjourney and mechanical things, but then it's really bad at robots. It's really bad at ships. They look really ugly. I never liked it, but I saw a few prompts of Flux mechanical, and I instantly taken a liking to it. So I keep gravitating back to it, and I still like it better. But it random generate quite there's quite a variance between images to images, so you never quite know what you're gonna get. if you're going to save on cost per pay-as-you-go images, this might not be something you will dive too deep into, because to get to the exact white shape, you might need quite a few. If you're doing these things extensively, it's going to be quite costly. You'll probably need like a Flux Law to set it, or image log somehow. And that's about it. It went on for quite a time. And for Flux Ultra, I also remember, if you're gonna use the Flux Ultra, it's best to just prompt in the Ultra detail on there, because or if you want it that way, because if you don't, it tends to mechanically give you something plainer. Flux likes words, not too many, but it likes you to be a little more precise over what you want. And I got them to know that it's just something to look into. It likes words more than Midjourney. And so if you want detail, just type it in. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.